Imagine walking into a supermarket or a kiosk in your neighborhood to buy a bottle of water. You pay for it and you left. Now that seems pretty basic here. But what if later on you discover that your face, the time you arrived at the supermarket, the person you were with, and probably even the direction that you left in have all become part of a permanent digital record? Not because you committed a crime, but simply because you visited that supermarket. The state government in Nigeria has recently directed every businesses and shop owners within each state to install CCTV cameras in their business premises to help combat insecurity. Yeah? And most of the conversations around this have been the debate as to whether this will actually help to combat insecurity. But I'm tempted to think, oh no, hang on a minute. Beyond this issue of insecurity, there is a very salient data privacy issue that is being overlooked. Yeah? And this question is, who is responsible for all of this data that will be collected by these CCTV cameras? And that is what I want us to look at today. Let's clarify this from the outset. Security matters a lot. And in Nigeria, there is a real and severe case of massive insecurity. And CCTV cameras are actually advantageous in helping to combat insecurity. I mean, there are cases where CCTV cameras have been shown to have helped in identifying suspects, protected businesses, and in fact, even helped to prevent crimes altogether. So this is not a video arguing against CCTV cameras. No, it is about an important privacy consideration that is often being overlooked whenever a new surveillance measure is being considered. Yeah? Now, the point is that privacy and privacy rights do not just disappear simply because security is involved. A better consideration is always about managing and balancing both privacy and security. Here is something that I think many people wrongly assume. They think that CCTV cameras are just a camera recording video. Actually, it is a camera collecting personal data. Now, think of all the things that is being captured by a CCTV camera. Your face, the clothes you are on, the time you arrived, possibly your voice, the person you came with, the time you left, the car you drove in, possibly again, even where you left to. All of these are personal data. And the moment personal data is collected, then a lot of responsibilities come into play. Think about this. Assuming all the businesses and shops, big and small, in the state in question, we are to install these cameras in their business places, some of which would obviously be pointing towards the road. That would mean that it would be possible to have a trail of a customer from his time at a shop down to, every other place he goes to, possibly up to his or her house. That would be enormous profiling, and there is a lot of data privacy consideration to go in that situation. And one question that came to my mind when I first heard of this story is, who would become the data controller in this situation? The government, the shop owner, or perhaps, given the peculiar reason why this directive has been made, could both of them have different responsibilities in the same chain? Now, under data privacy principles, a data controller is determined by certain important considerations. Who determines why the data is being processed in this instance, who determines why the cameras have been installed, who determines how long the recording should be kept, who determines for what purposes it is being used, and who determines access to the recordings. All of these questions determine legal responsibility. And so that is why this directive is not just merely security or even a policy issue, but it is a serious data governance issue. This story also contains an important lesson for governments, because introducing technology is only one part of the solution. The other part is governance. Access controls, training, accountability, security safeguards, data retention periods, and other governance issues in data privacy. Because collecting more data also means accepting more responsibility. So a good policy is not about installing cameras. Rather, It's about ensuring that they are used responsibly. And you know what? This is not where the conversation ends. And it's not just about cameras. The reality is that every year we are inundated with new technologies that collect our personal information. You know, smart doorbells, dash cams, body cameras, AI powered surveillance, facial recognition, and all of that. The question is not whether more data will be collected. There's no mistake about that. More data will definitely be collected on a daily basis. Rather, the question is whether our laws, our institutions, and even businesses are equipped and evolving well enough as to responsibly process and handle those personal data. That is the billion-dollar question. And to return to the issue at hand, that is for businesses that are within the states that has given this directive. Now, while complying with that directive may present a lawful basis for processing personal data under the law, the fact is that you now become a data controller, and therefore you will now have to comply with the data protection laws as it relates to the obligations of data controller. And what follows what I have just said is that data subjects, that is persons captured by your camera, can come after you if there is a breach of their privacy rights. So for example, if for whatever reason images captured by your camera finds its way to the public, not to the government, persons can come after you for breach of their privacy. And therefore, you have to be cautious. You have to, like I said, follow and obey every obligation on data controllers under privacy laws. And in fact, there might be need for you to conduct a data protection impact assessment. And again, this impact assessment is even something that the government ought to have carried out before giving that directive. As it is, there is no information whether this impact assessment has been carried out. The directive has been given and perhaps has to be obeyed unless challenged in court, but it places enormous responsibility and obligation on business owners as data controllers. I would like to know what you think about this directive. Do you think that it will actually help to combat crime in this state, in Nigeria in general? Or do you think that it intrudes on people's privacy? Or perhaps better privacy safeguards should have been put in place before the directive was made? Let me know what you think in the comment section. So thank you for tuning in and watching this video. If you've not subscribed to this channel, sincerely, I wonder what you're waiting for. Click on the subscribe button right now. Yeah. And if you found this video insightful, share it with your contacts, share it with your colleagues and your friends. So until my next video.